here we have a traditional dog poo bag hung tastefully on this branch of tree, which for some reason seems to happen quite often in the UK. What people do is they allow their dog to defecate on the floor, they take a baggie, they go to the effort of picking up that little parcel, and then what do? They hang it and decorate it on the trees for us. Isn't that lovely?
Hello and welcome to Travel Beans. I'm Alex and this is Emma, and today we're making a video that will kind of resemble a travel vlog.
The UK is in a lockdown situation at the moment thanks to the virus, so basically we're only allowed to leave the house for a couple of reasons. The first one is to go to the supermarket to get food, and the other one is to do some exercise.
And luckily we live in the English countryside. We thought this would be a nice opportunity to show you guys what it's like really in a sleepy English village.
I have no idea if this is of any interest to any of you watching, because this could be in every country, but something that's really common in the UK, especially in the countryside, are allotments. Allotments are basically a chunk of land, usually divided up into sections, where local people can actually grow their own fruit and veg. So right here next to Al's house, we have quite a few allotments lined up here, and you can see like each section will be for like a different house. Over here they've got a bit of rhubarb growing, some lettuce, like a few other things. They've got some beans maybe growing in the background. So it's quite a nice thing to see at the moment with the quarantine. So many people are active in the gardens. I guess it's also spring, summertime, so lots of things are growing.
I think usually as well it's provided by the council.
Yeah.
So I know these ones, for example, I think you pay £25 a year to be able to lease it from the council.
Bargain, absolute bargain.
It's very common to have gates, not very interesting, but now that there's a virus, we shouldn't be touching anything.
Especially metal surfaces.
It lives for a long time on metal surfaces. Don't have any gloves, because I forget every time, but I do have some long sleeves.
Which you can rub on your face later.
Yep. So we pretend like we're doing our part. We open up the gate. Come on guys, don't touch anything. And then now, cannot be touched from the virus. It's impossible. Also, what you can expect from the English countryside is just green everywhere. Just constant flat colour of green. Usually a number of different shades. It's now spring, so it's actually coming alive here.
I would say that people always complain that the British weather is like all rain, but without the rain we couldn't have all this beautiful greenery.
And we do have some pretty good animals around here, but it's quite common to see foxes, deer, buzzards, herons, and then swans, and then if you're lucky there's also some badgers and owls. But
we saw an owl the other night.
We did see a little tawny owl the other night, and I have seen a couple of barn owls, but it's extremely rare. Yeah. And owls just look like aliens to me, and I get a little bit freaked out by them.
The barn owl's face, that's very alien-like.
I actually believe there is a conspiracy theory that's something stupid, like if you see an owl, then it means you've been abducted by aliens, and and like the memory's been wiped but replaced with an owl. I'm sure that's a thing. Google it.
So in the UK, we really don't have any scary animals. Like, it's a pretty safe place to go camping, go walking in the woods. You're not going to worry you're going to bump into a mountain lion or a bear or anything like that. But what we do have are some scary plants. And when I say scary, they're not that scary, but if you're not aware of them, it could be a little bit painful. So the main one at this time of year is the brambles, which are these big spiky buggers up here, and usually next to the brambles you'll find the true evil plant of the UK, which is the stinging nettle. I hate stinging nettles, they are my nemesis.
Will you sting yourself on video for the fans?
What? You're asking a lot. Okay, let me see. There's also, next to stinging nettles, you have, see, everything's in balance in the universe. You've got stinging nettles, and usually nearby you have dock leaves, which will help me in curing the pain that will cause me from the stinging nettle. Let me find one of those first. Oh, that's got a spider on it. Find one without a spider on it. Okay, we've got a dock leaf.
So you're going to do this?
Scared. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so... Oh no, I mean, it's been years since I've been stung by one of these. It's really not that bad, like, you just get like a little bit of like a red rash. But it's these little spiky ones that you see around.
Ready?
Oh. It doesn't sting.
Touch it.
Why doesn't it sting? What's happening? Sting me!
Why don't you pretend like it stung you?
Oh. There's a slight tingle, but it's really not that bad. Okay, never mind. Stinging nettles are perfectly safe, but I was willing to do that for you guys. That's all you need to remember.
And then what would you do if you were to get stung though?
So if you get stung by a stinging nettle, you find a dock leaf nearby, and they're usually growing in the same area. You spit on it, and then you rub it on the affected area.
It's kind of like the peeing on the jellyfish sting of the English countryside.
Yeah, but a lot less disgusting.
It doesn't look much, but this lovely little brown stagnant body of water is somewhere I come every day, because sometimes you get a heron in here and it's looking for fish. So I come over this little mound that is just actually, it's just a road of stinging nettles. So Emma doesn't usually come up here. It's very rare that the heron is actually here, and if you're new to the channel, you might not know that I'll do anything for birds. Anything.
Just on the side of this mound, you have all of these little holes, little burrows on the side. Oh, I don't know what lives there, because to me that looks too big to be a rabbit hole.
As a kid, when I used to see these burrows around, I always get really scared of them because I kind of imagined a territorial animal like coming out, but I always want to put my head in.
We don't have any scary animals really though.
What, so you'd chuck your hand in a badger hole?
Well, no, I wouldn't. You're right. But yeah, I guess, to be honest, with the size of it, it probably is a badger hole, because it's definitely too big to be a rabbit hole, isn't it?
People watching, tell us what burrows you have in your country. What cool animals are hiding beneath the ground?
I've never been down here before.
There's little tadpoles in there wriggling around. They're so cute.
It just looks like dirty mud from here.
Over the last about month, we've been so lucky here in the UK, especially this area, with amazing weather. Like, amazing. But out of respect for you guys, and definitely not to do with laziness on our part, we've waited until the weather kind of turned until we went out to go and film it. So every day leading up to this has been perfection, but we didn't want to trick you into thinking if you were coming to the UK you're going to get anything that resembles nice weather. So instead we decided to come out when it's very, very overcast and grey, which is really what you can expect. Grey and green if you're lucky. Originally, when we started filming this video, we did plan to cover all the different aspects of this village. Now we've been filming, we're really enjoying being out and having some normality to our lives of what we like to do with filming. So we are probably going to stretch this out over a number of videos, because basically what else have we got to do? So if this video feels like it's being eked out a little bit,
it is.
And it sounds like maybe we're stalling for time to try and drag out every little bit of this video, then you
are correct.
You are very much, and I admire you for this, correct. I don't know if you can see just over there, there's a deer, it's looking at us. Just there, it's got antlers. You see the deer sometimes, but it's not common just to see them casually out in the field like this.
No, especially in the middle of the day. Oh, he's eating stuff off the trees, it's so cute. It's far more common to see them at dawn and dusk, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen them in the middle of the day like this.
No, and I haven't usually seen them in the field like this.
So I think that's a roe deer, which is the biggest deer that we have in the UK? Or maybe not the smallest deer, I always get confused. No, it can't be the biggest, we have red deer.
Every time we walk past this little like opening in this wooded area, I'm always curious what's inside. Like the child in me wants to go and explore, but it's not the most practical getting in. But I thought, as we're filming, why not? There could be something awesome there. Oh, it's magical.
Whoa.
How adorable is this? It's so pretty. It's like being in an Attenborough show. Like these little bluebells everywhere, with these little rolled up leaves and ferns and tree trunks taken over by other trunks, and oh, this is so nice. Like untouched by people until now.
Graceful. I'd have a belt on and behind me it's all arse.
Nice. And for those of you who haven't been to the UK before, specifically the countryside, they are littered with farm shops, which are a really nice place to buy fresh local produce. This one here is where we buy our little eggies from, and on our way we always get to stop by and say hello to the sheep because they're adorable. I just wanted to touch a little bit on mental health in this video because we briefly mentioned it in a few videos back, but I've been testing out a few things just to see if it's been helpful for me. In the first couple of weeks of quarantine, I was struggling massively. Yeah, I wasn't motivated to do anything, really uninspired to do anything. I felt so down and just kind of empty. But the last couple of weeks I have been testing out. I've been doing firstly mindfulness, so I've been doing a 30-day meditation course using an app called Calm, and it's been really great for me so far, and you get a 2-week free trial, so it's worth checking that out if anyone else is interested. Also, following that each morning I'm doing a gratitude journal where I just literally sit down and just list a few things that I'm grateful for. It can be really simple or it can be really super meaningful, whatever suits you. Also, it could just be one thing, it doesn't matter. That's been really helpful. And then most days as well, I'm following that by a yoga routine, which I've been using Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube because it's free, and I think her classes are really great for the mindfulness stuff as well. Since starting those 3 things each morning, I have been feeling so much better. I've just been feeling myself really, and I think doing especially the gratitude stuff and the meditation, it really helps you start your day with like a fresh perspective. And I think if you have that perspective as soon as you start your day, it's much easier to continue down a positive way of thinking. Anyway, really hope that's useful for some of you out there.
Thank you for joining us on our little village tour. We actually have so much more to share with you, and it gives us something to look forward to in the future.
Make sure you leave us a comment down below. Let us know how you're dealing with the quarantine, how you're looking after yourself physically and mentally, because somebody else might see that comment and find it very useful. So please let us know.
Also, have you seen an increase in wildlife? Like, for example, today,
Yes.
being able to film the deer, that is not so normal for us. Because of the quarantine, there's a lot more wildlife out there. What are you seeing?
And also, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Come on, guys.
It's time.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time, and beads out!